Yo, what up, we're back, and we're coming off another pretty strong week on the Contender Series where we hit the most confident pick, hit the Parlay of the week, and the Parlay of the week actually included an underdog in Ricky Steele. So we've really been killing it on the Contender Series this season. Unfortunately, this is the last episode, so, that sucks. I'm thinking about doing a little video after this episode of just kind of like break down how we did on this season, the Dana White Contender Series with our picks, Parlays of the week predictions, things like that. And, so just make sure to comment, like, subscribe to the channel. I'm going to be getting out the UFC China video tomorrow. That card, is kind of, I don't know, I don't really like the card in terms of gambling too much, but, obviously I'm going to break it down. I'm going to give my predictions for it. And, but this card here, the last episode of Dana White Contender Series, I actually do like for, gambling again. I like, a few guys here. And with the first fight of the night, it's Dylan Lockhart taking on TJ Brown. And Dylan Lockhart, he's 6-1. He's fighting out of Situdong, Boston, where a lot of guys have actually fought out of there this season in the Contender Series. And unlike most fighters from Situdong, Lockhart's striking isn't really a strong suit. He's a former college wrestler, and he fought poor competition. He also lost to a 3-3 opponent in 2018, so that is a little bit alarming, but he does look to have power in his hands. He isn't the greatest athlete, doesn't have great footwork or hand speed, but he throws jabs, 1-2s, has a powerful straight right hand, and he has decent feints. He'll put hooks combination together in close range. He did get a nice knockout win in his last fight with the straight right hand, and he doesn't throw many kicks, but you will see him occasionally throw leg kicks, front kicks to the body, to the head. And he tends to be a slow starter. But when his opponents get tired, he'll start to land more and then get his takedowns in. And he has 3 knockouts, good chin, and he is tough. But he can get stunned. He does recover and put the pressure back on, but he tends to plod forward. He's easy to hit. His wrestling is pretty good. He has nice singles, doubles. In top position, good control. He'll pass well. Moves to side control, side saddle, land short shots. He'll posture up, go body head from half guard. Decent back takes, and overall in top position, he works guys over. He has, a pretty good top game. And the level of opponents he's faced, though, are not very good. He is a tough wrestler, good cardio, okay striking. Brown will give him some openings to land, and he might have the power to pull an upset if he lands clean with a knockout. But Lockhart, he's going to be taking on TJ Brown, 13-6 fighter out of Arkansas. TJ Brown, he trains with Bryce Mitchell. And the first thing you notice when you watch TJ Brown, man, is his explosiveness, his aggressiveness early on in round 1. He comes out hot, man, both with his striking and his grappling. Very fast. He'll switch stances. Good jab. He'll double, triple up on it to get into range. Heavy 1-2s, hooks. Really nasty head kick. He's won 2 of his last 3 fights via head kick. And the problem on the feet for Brown, though, is he's super aggressive. He'll get in wars. He doesn't move his head. He can get hit. He's been knocked out before. He does have 4 knockouts himself, but he's been knocked out 3 times. But he has a great double leg, man. You'll drive through, get elevation on it. Very big, physical for the division. And he just mauls fighters. When he gets top position, he has a good top game. Big elbows, punches from half guard. He'll look for arm triangles. Really good back takes. He'll flatten opponents out, rain down ground and pound. Good scrambler as well. He'll stay on opponents as they try to move on bottom. His takedown defense is also very good, and he usually turns it around. He'll take top position. If he does get taken down or loses a scramble, he can get a little sloppy, and he gives his back to stand up. He has lost twice by rear naked choke, but he has 8 submissions, and he looks like a beast, man. I mean, athletically, he looks like the better athlete. He looks like the better wrestler. And I think he's going to be able to win everywhere. And I'm going to say TJ Brown takes this fight via second round TKO here. And up next here we have 2 heavyweight fighters here. Joynson, he's going to be the taller, longer fighter, more of a kicker. He's athletic, but a little bit goofy. And he's going to be taking on, a shorter, more compact knockout puncher, Mark Hunt kind of guy, and Ben Sassoli. I haven't really seen much of Ben. I saw his fight on Tough, but in that fight he barely landed any shots. He was just taken down at will. And from what I've seen in some fights, he's flat-footed. He'll hold his hands down completely, but he has a great chin, and he wants opponents to get inside, throw at him so he can counter. Really devastating power in his hands, even in close range. He has nasty hooks, overhands in the pocket, nice uppercuts. He'll take a shot to give one, and if he lands on it, he puts fighters out cold. He has real one-punch power. He has lost 3 decisions, and those are from fighters who are able to take him down or fight from the outside. He really has bad grappling, virtually non-existent takedown defense if fighters attack the legs. He is strong and stout, and he has okay takedown defense against the upper body, clinch takedowns. When he fought on Tough, he got taken down like 6-7 times against Juan Espino. Just lost the fight that way. He couldn't get up off his back. But he has fought there, and he's fought better competition overall than Joynson. But Joynson, he's 6'5", much more of a kicker mover. He'll throw kicks with both legs, nice leg kicks, good front kicks to the body, round kicks to the head with both legs. He has a viral knockout with the front leg round kick to the head. Nice spinning kicks, body head, he can go with those. And he can sometimes throw spins too close, get countered or jammed, and his hands aren't great. He has to avoid being in boxing range or dirty boxing range in this fight. He has to use his kicks from the outside, and when he gets close, clinch up. He's good at that. He likes to clinch up when his opponents, get too aggressive, and he has good body locks. I see that being a huge factor in the fight. If Joynson can use that upper body clinch control, get takedowns, he's probably going to win. And I think he could land a kick and get a knockout also because Sully holds his hands down. But he only has 2 knockouts, and I think Sully is more durable. And if he gets inside, I do see him finding the chin, getting the knockout. This fight, to me, I really don't have a good read on it. But I think Joynson, is pretty good at slipping punches. He's more athletic. He has the bigger arsenal, probably the better gas tank. And he just moves a little bit better. So I'm going to go with Dustin Joynson to get a TKO finish on the ground in a sloppy fight. But I wouldn't be surprised if Ben solely lands a bomb and knocks him out either. But pick's going to be Dustin Joynson here. And up next year, we have a pretty interesting fight. We have another, Team Sit-Yudong Boston guy in Peter Barrett. He's going to be taking on Sunghoon Yo, who's a fighter out of South Korea. And this is actually going to be the first fight that's not in Asia for Yo. And Yo, he's an athletic, confident striker. He's very dangerous in the first round. Long, fast, nice 1-2s, good kicks, nice body kicks, dangerous head kicks. He'll throw spinning kicks, body head. He closes distance with flying knees. He's also good at grabbing the Muay Thai plum, landing knees to the body, to the head also. He has a pretty good pull counter and definitely has knockout power. And if he can be at range, get his reads, go forward, he's a good fighter. But fighters who pressure him, jam his kicks, definitely can give him problems. He doesn't have the greatest defense in close range, and he has very questionable grappling. His takedown defense is not very good. Doesn't look to have great jiu-jitsu, but he's long. He's an okay butterfly guard, get-ups against the cage. But even in the clinch, fighters can control, move him around easily. And in his last fight, he was taken down like 5 times in the first round. He was threatened with a guillotine, and the guy that he was taking him down really wasn't setting the takedowns up with anything. And to me, he still needs work. He isn't good enough to be in the UFC, in my opinion. And like I said, his opponent wasn't setting the takedowns up with strikes in his last fight, and he still got a lot of them, but eventually he tired himself out. The shots came a little slower, and Yo was able to sprawl, take top position. And in top position, he actually does have heavy, accurate ground and pound. He can pass well. He'll move to the crucifix position, and that's how he finished his last fight. And he has finished 3 of his 5 wins by knockout. He isn't really a submission threat, and he hasn't fought very good competition. He's inexperienced, obviously, at 5-0. But he does train at a gym that's produced multiple UFC fighters. And, we're going to see what he does here. But his opponent, Peter Barrett, is the much more experienced fighter. Barrett is 10-3. He also has 7 amateur fights. And it's a little weird he's being given the opportunity now. He started his career 8-0, but has lost 3 of his last 5 fights. He's coming off a knockout win, but hasn't been able to string consecutive wins together since January of 2017. If Peter Barrett watched any footage on Yo, though, he's going to grapple here, man. He isn't a bad striker. He's a little bit awkward with his movement early on and kind of seems like he needs some time to get going. But when he gets going, he'll throw nice combinations, really nasty knees. And he's a southpaw. Throws a lot of inside leg kicks, body kicks, good straight left hand. And he's good at, throwing a straight left hand, duck under, roll through right hook. He'll do that with the left hook as well, and he'll start to put combinations together, spinning back fists. But sometimes he could fall into his punches a little bit, be a little bit susceptible to counters, along with kind of lessening the power in his shots. But has a really nice right hook, left uppercut combo. He'll put a lot of heat on the uppercut. And he does have decent punch combinations. He'll go to war. And he has better clinch work for sure out of the two fighters here. Decent clinch, single leg takedowns. He needs to use his punches, get inside, work the clinch, look for takedowns. In top position, he's aggressive with ground and pound. And I feel like he has the better cardio. I just feel like he's more well-rounded and more experienced in hard, tough fights. I see Barrett having some trouble early, maybe getting inside. But ultimately, I see him, starting to break down, get inside, land some shots, get in the clinch. I think he's going to wear on him, start to get some takedowns. And I'm going to say he wins on the ground in the third round, KO, TKO, or rear naked choke for Peter Barrett. And, so I'm going with Peter Barrett in this matchup here. Man, next up here we have a middleweight fight where I was pretty impressed with Kailan Hill. He is very raw, but this dude is athletic as fuck, man. But in this fight, man, two guys are 5-0. We got Impa Kisangani, and he's fighting out of North Carolina. He hasn't fought very good competition. He's only fought one guy with a winning record, and he's coming off a split decision win against a guy who was 4-3. For Kailan Hill, he's fighting out of Black House MMA, which is a better gym, and he's also fought the better competition. And he looks like a freak athlete. He has some crazy knockouts. He is a little wild, and a lot of his game is predicated on big movements. But this guy's lightning fast. He uses a lot of spins, jumping attacks, spinning back elbows, back fists, flying knees. He can get a little bit predictable, go to the well with the spinning stuff too much. But he'll also kind of feint the spin and then get the guy to kind of react to it, then throw it right after. And he's so fast with that fast twitch that he can get away with that and kind of, hit guys with it. And he likes to start the fights with big actions, try to finish right away. He has a spinning back fist knockout in 11 seconds. His hands are only okay. He can be a little wild, open. And if he fights a really good boxer who can close the distance and just be very calm in a firefight, he could have some trouble. But he does have some nice straight punches, very fast hand speed, good flurries when he backs opponents up. He'll mix it up to the body, really nice straight punches to the body. And he'll throw nice elbows in close range, one-punch power. And I was thinking he would probably gas out doing all these big explosive movements, but I watched his last fight. He went all 3 rounds. He was strong in the 3rd round. And he mixes this all together with some good offensive wrestling. Nice double legs, body locks. Seems to be a bit susceptible to being controlled in the clinch, possibly taken down versus a good wrestler. But I haven't seen him taken down yet. He's very explosive, probably hard to hold down, but not really sure about his jiu-jitsu. On top, he just kind of likes to work ground and pound and control. He has 3 knockouts, 2 decisions, and he's the fighter who has fought the better competition here. He's training at a more established gym. He's also going to have a significant reach advantage. And for Impa, he's only been pro for 7 months. He went pro January 25th, 2019. He's already getting this opportunity, and he's fought in some pretty big shows. He's fought in Island Fights, Roy Jones Promotion, LFA, but his competition level has been weak. He's fought 5 times already this year, and just fought on July 12th, so he has a really torrid schedule so far. But Impa's a much more traditional fighter. He's athletic, but more of a low-volume striker. He likes to walk opponents down, high guard, work behind a jab, pull counter. He'll throw some 1-2s, hooks in close range, but very low volume. He will throw some occasional inside leg body kicks, but not much of a kicker. He is heavy on his lead leg, doesn't check kicks, kind of has a boxing stance. His striking to me doesn't look like anything special, really, and he has no KO TKOs. He likes to get in the clinch, control opponents there, look for takedowns. And he has okay body locks, but I think Hill has the better wrestling. He was able to move him out, finish against low-level opponents, but he doesn't have great passing ability. Fires with good guards, posture control, could shut down his top game. I have seen him, I don't know if he does, it's hard for me to tell if he's doing this or what's going on, but he's finished multiple guys where they've hurt their shoulders. I don't know if he's one time it was he was on top with top pressure, and another one was in the in the clinch. I don't know if he's pulling these guys' shoulders out of their side or what's going on, but if he is, that's one of his moves that he's good at. But I have seen him hurt multiple guys' arms, but they kind of look like fluke things to me a little bit. But he has one rear naked choke and one win via injury. For this fight, I think Hill's going to want to chop the legs, and eventually I see him getting a big knockout win. I think he has a high likelihood of winning. He has good KO power, better striking, wrestling, more dynamic. He's going to be the one that's going to dictate the fight. And he has good cardio. He's fought better fighters, fights at a better gym. I just think that all things lead to Kailan Hill probably getting the victory in that fight. And up next year we have the last fight on the season, and I think actually maybe one of the best guys on the season with Dusko Todorovic taking on Teddy Ashe. And in the main event, it's a middleweight fight, and Dusko and Teddy Ashe are both undefeated. Or not, I'm sorry, I don't know why I said that. Dusko's undefeated, Teddy Ashe has 4 losses, but they both fought pretty good competition. And Dusko, he's finished Alexander Popik, who's on the Contender Series. He finished Michel Pereira, who had that killer knockout over Danny Roberts, the kind of crazy guy that does flips. And he's 8-0 with 8 finishes. Teddy Ashe, he's the champ of Unified MMA. He's coming off a light heavyweight title win. And he's beaten guys such as Cameron Olson, Seth Basinski, and Dominique Steele. And, Todorovic, he's a good athlete, man. Good movement, switches stances a lot, moves in and out well. Nice double jab to get inside, triple jab, he'll slip and rip. Very calm, he rolls and slips with punches very well. Great head and body movement. He'll usually use some kicks or a double jab to get inside, move in and out, land some shots, and then work for the takedown or throw flurries that take opponents out. He's good at touching opponents with a jab, some hooks, then mixing in power shots. And when he has opponents near the cage, he'll flurry on them really well. He has good round kicks to the body, to the head with both legs, spinning kicks, front kicks. He'll back opponents up, get in the clinch. Really nice dirty boxing, big shots to the body, short uppercuts. Very good body lock, double leg takedowns. And when he gets top position, he's nasty, man. Great passing ability. He'll take the mount or the back, finish the fight. Great ground and pound. He's also good at, always keeping forward pressure on the feet or looking for takedowns. He keeps a sick pace, a ton of volume out there. He looks like he could be the real deal, man. He's only 25 years old. Finished all 8 of his wins, 6 in the first round. And he's never been in the third round in a fight. He has 5 knockouts, 3 submissions. For Teddy Ashe, man, I could literally find barely any footage. I found one fight from 2016, and from what I've seen, he looks like a big 185er. Obviously, he just fought at 205. He looks stiff on the feet, though. He looks a little bit slow. He does pack some power, and even in close range, it looks like he has some heat on his shots. I haven't really seen much of his striking, unfortunately, but he does have 10 knockouts. He has been knocked out twice, submitted once, but he likes to wrestle. He has decent takedowns in the clinch with body locks, but his takedown defense looks bad, man. He was taken down very easily in the fight I watched. He will try to get miscontrol, rubber guard, attack with sweeps, triangles, arm bars, but, he doesn't seem to have great flexibility. He isn't elite at it. I feel if he's taken down by Dusko, he's going to get finished because he's going for the sweeps, the subs. When he doesn't get it, he gives up dominant positions, and I think, if he gives those up in this fight, the fight's going to be over. In the one fight that I watched, he got his back taken in the first round. He was mounted, threatened with a guillotine in the second round, and then he was eventually guillotined in the third round. And I just have to go with Dusko here, man, to finish the fight on the mat, probably in the first round. It's hard to say with limited footage, but from the fight I saw of Ashe that wasn't extremely long ago, and, I'm just much more impressed with the movement, the skill level of Dusko, to be honest, and I just feel like the athleticism gap is a lot. It's a big athleticism gap for Dusko. I feel like Dusko is, even though he hasn't never been in the third round, he is, he has been tested because he's fought good guys. I've seen him, been in fights where he's taken some damage, and I trust that he's going to be able to get this fight done and get the win here. And, so I have confidence in Dusko Todorovic to get it done here. And for the parlay of the week, it's going to be Kailan Hill and Dusko Todorovic. And like always, come back after the odds are set and check if I'm going to change the parlay or if I'm going to keep it the same. But the last couple of weeks, man, it's been a little bit fruitful for us with the line. I don't know why. I don't know. I can't talk shit about it, but I guess people are seeing different things than I've seen. Where they Last week, I had the most confident pick is Ricky Steele, where he opened up like minus 170, and he got bet all the way up to where he was like plus 175. So hopefully a lot of you guys cashed out good on that one. Same thing with Brock Weaver, where he opened up a favorite. Then they bet him up all the way to like plus 160, plus 145, whatever he was. So, hopefully that happens again. I kind of feel like both these guys are going to be favorites, but you never know. I mean, maybe another fight they'll be an underdog as well, and we could always, vary it up. But yeah, so make sure to come back tomorrow to check out the UFC China video. Thanks for watching. Make sure to comment, like, subscribe, share the video with your friends, whoever. And yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks for supporting, and I'll hear from you guys tomorrow. Or I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm sorry.